Welcome to Donna's Happy Hour. Today I have the K&M Band joining me, and they have been together actually since grammar school. They are a cross between rock and roll and Allman Brothers, and I just love their sound. All their music today that they will be playing is original music. So grab your drinks, whatever they may be, because I'm hoping you'll spend the next hour with me.
Hey, we're the K&M Band. This first song here is called All My Blues Are Gone. I got a friend who gets drunk all day. I never understand a single word it say. A bottle of whiskey and it feels alright. A little while to stay up all night. I got a girl who likes to sing the blues. She bought a new dress with some red satin shoes. She worked at the counter at the liquor store. She's using the bag so she never get caught. And they treat me alright. All my blues are gone. And I'm feeling alright. All my blues are gone. To ride with a pickup truck. Didn't get far cause the damn thing got stuck. Waited around till the tough truck came. My two friends, Jack and Mary Jane. And they treat me alright. All my blues are gone. And I'm feeling alright. All my blues are gone. And they treat me alright. All my blues are gone. And I'm feeling alright. All my blues are gone.
All right, so this is a sultry little blues number we call Wildflower. The clock on my desk, and I can't sleep at all till I get this off from my chest. For never figured you for more than I bargained. From the heart of an angel falling, yeah. circus lion. Walking into your path was just my perfect timing. It pours out of my heart and pours out of my soul. Well, everything to you is just bought and sold. Yeah, now. Wildflower, so wildflower, 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 wildflower. Wildflower, so wildflower, so wildflower. Oh, I said, wildflower, so wildflower, wildflower. Oh, now, wildflower. Oh, yeah. Oh, one more time. Oh, now, right from the root. Right, thanks a lot.
So today I would like to introduce the K&M Band. I want to thank you really very, very much. Thank you so much for coming out
Thanks for
today.
having us.
I was kind of worried because on my way in, I was hitting snow and ice. But once I got here, everything was fine. And you guys came from, you said,
We're North Jersey and Rutherford.
Okay.
And we had some rain on the way up.
Rain.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad though.
Yeah.
No, it's usually about like 8 degrees different, so you're good.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so I just want to tell the audience a little bit about you guys. So you've been playing together for how many years? Like 5? Did I hear something at least?
Well, that's kind of a tricky question because
Okay.
myself, Marty, and Alzy
Okay.
have been friends since grammar school and probably started playing together on and off since 8th grade.
I'd say
Oh,
about it.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
In and out of different bands and so forth. But this, we added our friend Richie recently. Well, it's been a while by now.
2 years.
But I would
Okay.
say a couple of years. So we've been playing with the 4 of us for about 2 years, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Wow.
Yeah, but still just kind
Yeah,
of
this
getting
lineup
rolling.
I'd say about 2 years.
Right.
Sure.
And so now, when you were playing in grammar school together, were you playing the same kind of music, or was it a totally different?
We did a lot of cover stuff from the
Okay.
80s, you know, to try to get ourselves used to what we're actually going to play.
Right.
And
okay.
I would say over the years, though, it definitely was that, you know, rock and roll sound.
Yeah.
Because listening to you guys, I thought you guys were awesome, but I also felt that there was definitely like an Allman Brothers kind
That's
of
the
vibe.
original.
Well, that would
influence,
certainly,
yeah.
yeah,
Is
that
that-
would certainly sum it up, I would
Okay,
say, for sure,
okay,
yeah.
excellent, yeah. So, because of course, I love the Allman Brothers, and so that's why I really, when I saw you guys, I met them at the Way Yonder not film festival, music festival. And I loved you guys then, and I was so excited when you contacted me. I don't know, Rich was, Richard
Richard was
contacted me
yes.
first, yeah. So I was really excited, and of course, that day I saw so many bands, and I'm like, oh my God, which band was that?
There were a lot of bands up there.
Yeah.
And all of them were good.
Yes.
I mean, I
it was a good
honestly, I
time.
have to say, it was
Yes.
a fantastic time. It's too bad the weather didn't cooperate that great on the first day. I don't remember. Did you play on the first
We
day?
did the first
We
day.
We did,
yeah.
but it held out
Yeah.
for us. We
It did,
actually,
yeah, it wasn't
yeah,
raining when we
yeah,
played. It was just a little windy.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because I know at one point we were kind of worried that we were going to have to, call it a day.
Mhm.
But, so I want to ask, when did you, like, each one of you, when did you start playing an instrument? And
I picked the guitar up, I'd say, 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Was anybody in your household already playing instruments?
Not at all. There's a lot of
Okay.
music in my family.
Okay.
But my parents were not very musically inclined, so there was
Okay.
no music coming
So there
from
wasn't
that
music.
end.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, just pretty much myself and my sister actually is a very good singer. So, so
Oh, neat.
we both
Oh,
enjoy
wow.
music very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Rick?
I was about 17.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather played in a country western band for a
Oh,
long
neat.
time. Unfortunately, I started learning after he passed.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
kind of an inspiration, though, to
Right.
do that.
right. Well, that's
And
good.
it's
You
been
know
bass
what?
the whole time.
Oh, that's great. And go ahead.
I started playing, I come from a musical family.
Okay.
My father plays guitar. He's in an oldies band, Larry Chance and the Earls.
Oh
So I'll
yeah.
give them a little
We
plug.
had Larry. We
Did
had
you?
him on.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
Chuck Marizzo, that's my dad. Yeah,
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah, we had when I was with Carl, because I was Carl's
Okay.
co-host, and we had him on.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
fantastic.
Musical family, they
Yes.
started with piano. I didn't like doing that.
Okay.
Moved to guitar. I didn't like doing that. I wanted to play the drums, like every other kid. So, and then next thing you know, I wanted to play guitar again. so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've always had the influence
Yes,
of music in
yeah,
the house.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the same, going along the same things. When we first discovered how much we love the music,
Right.
and like he said, he comes from a musical family, and it was a place for us to play. So we all got instruments and just went in his father's studio
Yeah.
Oh
and just
yeah.
started
Oh, that's
playing. It was terrible at
yeah.
first, but you got that much time to play. It's-
Right. Oh
You know,
my
so
God.
that's
And you
the
have the
same-
place to play.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You don't have to go to
My
the
parents
garage.
loved it.
Huge.
Yeah,
That's, oh, yeah.
it was
Well,
encouraged.
well, you know
it was-
what?
Yes.
Let's face it. Hey, when you've got a situation like that, at least you know where your kid is.
Absolutely.
Right? I
That's
mean,
true.
that's a
That's true.
plus,
Yeah, this is
and
true.
that's fantastic. So, I want to ask because I danced almost all my life, and so whenever I hear music, my feet start going. I can't help it. It's like, does that happen to you as a drummer? Like if
It's-
you're not playing and you're somewhere listening to music,
Absolutely.
it does.
You're listening for
Okay.
every rhythmic pattern of
Exactly.
that. Yeah,
Okay. See. All right.
Actually, playing drums is like dancing. Their actual
It
movements
is.
are the same thing. So
Actually, I started playing the cajon because what I'm doing is I'm just basically transferring what my
Yep.
feet do to my
absolutely,
hands.
that's
you
all.
know?
Right.
That
So that's why
drums is getting your hands and feet.
Exactly,
at the
yes,
same
yep,
time.
yep.
So it's
He's
the
a
same
very
as
good
dancing.
dancer too. So
No, actually, I'm not. But I understand it. I just don't know how to put it together.
Right. Well, that's like me because I wanted to learn the drums and I didn't because I was too busy dancing and
Right.
doing theater and stuff like that. But it's like getting the one advantage I think to dancing is that you have to incorporate your hands
Yeah, in order for
with
it
your
to
feet
be, yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's all a part of it. It's the whole movement that makes.
Makes it
whether
complete,
it's- yeah,
absolutely. You can't just
whether
be
you're
not
good or
moving up top and not,
Yeah,
like, it has
exactly.
to-
Yeah. And
has
you
to
wouldn't
coincide.
believe how many dance schools do not teach the importance of using your arms and
Oh, yeah,
using
that's-
them properly. there's nothing worse seeing somebody dance and their arms
Yeah.
outside. It's like,
Yeah,
what
what
are you
are you doing?
serious?
So you've caught me dancing a time or two then, I'm sure.
That's good. So what I want to do before I forget is I want you to just introduce yourselves, your names, because, I was like, well, I got Rich, I got, Marty, but I didn't want to mess it up. So please, go ahead.
So I'm Marty.
I'm Alzy.
Kurt.
And I'm Rich.
That was easy.
All right. So one of the other questions, how did you come up with the name?
Well, we do an acoustic duo,
Oh,
and the name of the acoustic duo is Kurt and Marty. So it's kind of simple.
okay,
You know.
yeah.
So he's
just
like, "Where are you going tonight?" "Well, we're gonna go see Kurt and Marty play." It's
Okay.
kind of sticks.
Right.
So at that point, we formed the band, and we said the K&M
Okay,
band.
easy.
More
Nice
simple.
and easy,
Yeah,
right?
nice and
Also
easy.
stick.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So the next question I want to ask is, what is your most memorable gig? Is there one that stands out?
I got one real quick. We
Okay.
played. We were just talking about it on the way up here.
Oh, funny.
I don't remember where it was.
Okay.
But it was a Korean barbecue.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We played the basement.
I'll vote for that too.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
we were in the
That's
basement
right.
of a Korean barbecue. I think it was somewhere in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the city.
Oh, that is.
It
great.
was
Jersey City,
It
actually,
was
is where
different.
it was.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
definitely memorable. It was definitely a different
Wow,
experience.
that's
yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speakeasy or something. wasn't it?
Yeah, low
Right.
ceilings. You had a
Wow.
stage right there. It was just
No kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, it was interesting.
oh,
That's
how
right.
interesting. Wow.
actually lost of words of how to explain
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That-
You had to see it to
Yes,
believe it.
I mean, we had to
Yeah.
carry our equipment through the restaurant portion,
Oh,
leaving
my.
dinner, and then went downstairs
Really?
with this very odd, like a speakeasy is almost
Yes.
is what it
Oh
seemed
my
like.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be in the city somewhere. I got to tell you, this is a funny story. Friends of mine call me up and they want us to do the city. We're
Mhm.
going to do it's
Sure.
the holidays, right? And so we're like, okay, great. So we did everything. You name it, we went there. We went to the plaza. We went to the IMAX theater.
Mhm.
We did a carriage ride, So now they say, all right, we want to go to a restaurant in Little Italy. We pull up and now parking
Oh, yeah.
in that area is like
yeah.
almost impossible. We pull up and there's a spot like right in front of the restaurant.
Perfect.
We're like, no way, this was meant to be. So
Yeah.
anyway, we get out and the whole front of the restaurant is glass. And you can see it's not really very big.
Right.
And we're like, what are there, maybe 10 tables? And we see people going in. And people go, and we don't see a line out the door. We're like, kind of weird. Where are they going?
Mhm.
We get inside, and I'm not joking. They're like, so we follow. No joke. They take us through the kitchen. The chickens are hanging from the
That's great.
ceiling.
Wow.
They're in the midst of making
That's great.
tiramisu or whatever.
Yeah.
And they take us literally through the kitchen. They're watching TV. I could describe the kitchen.
Yeah.
And they take us out a back door to an area that's literally sheets. The ceiling is sheets. The walls are sheets.
Wow.
You want to talk about a trip? So
Wow,
that was,
yeah,
that's-
really.
That is
only,
so-
only that could happen in the city.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Did they have bands there? Because it sounds like our kind of place to
Oh,
play.
I got to tell you,
Almost.
it was pretty wild. They had a guitarist
Oh,
who
okay.
actually was kind of like a comedian, and he sang.
Sure, right,
it,
yeah.
it was actually really
That's
very,
fun.
very funny.
Yeah.
I have to say, one of the best meals we ever had.
I'm sure it was.
It
Yeah.
was fantastic, but it only, like I said, only because you get away with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
In the city.
All right, we're good. Hey, so the next one here is this one song is called Georgia.
Sounds like about being scorned by a woman or something like that, but it's just
Been
kind of in the
scorned by
vein of our
Georgia.
blues, right?
Sounds good.
A letter came from a girl I knew in Texas. Told me she liked to spend a little time. I told her I'd meet her down in Memphis. She took off her clothes, and then she drank my wine. I met her in a farmhouse down New Orleans. She said she needed a change, so I gave her a dime. But later that night I found out she was gorgeous. Well, tell me your name, girl, and I'll tell you mine. She's in a Georgia, Georgia with a smile. But after tonight she's gotta leave for a while. She's in a Georgia, Georgia with a smile. But after tonight she's gotta leave for a while. I took a chance and I asked her to stay the evening. We hailed the cab and showed me a good time. But in the morning my girl wasn't sleeping. Just a note saying thank you for that time. She's in a Georgia, Georgia with a smile. But after tonight she's gotta leave for a while. She's in a Georgia, Georgia with a smile. But after tonight she's gotta leave for a while. She's in a Georgia, Georgia with a smile. But after tonight she's gotta leave for a while. She's in a Georgia, Georgia with a smile. But after tonight she's gotta leave for a while.
The song the boys wrote about, it's called Meadows Burn, North Jersey song.
I kept drinking till the evening, and I wrote that girl a song. Whiskey tastes a little bitter, and the rum a little sweet. I threw another log on the fire for the love I couldn't keep. And I feel safe, safe where the buildings rise, comfort in the tide, and I'm at home where the river turns, but I won't look back when the meadows burn. No, I won't look back when the meadows burn. She took everything I gave her. She took everything we owe. The only thing that she had left me, she left me here alone. And I feel safe, safe where the buildings rise, comfort in the tide, and I'm at home where the river turns, but I won't look back when the meadows burn. No, I won't look back when the meadows burn. When I smile sometimes I see her leaving me without a doubt. And no matter how I try, I never put the fire out. When she dreams, I hope she holds me till the sound of memory. When she wakes up lost and lonely, I hope she's smiling back at me. And I feel safe, safe where the buildings rise, comfort in the tides, and I'm at home where the river turns, but I won't look back when the meadows burn. No, I won't look back when the meadows burn. And I feel safe where the buildings rise, comfort in the tide, and I'm at home where the river turns, but I won't look back when the meadows burn. No, I won't look back when the meadows burn. Well, I woke up in the morning and I saw my love was gone.
So now going from the most memorable, what was your biggest nightmare gig? Did you ever have one that you're like,
It
oh
might have
my
been
God.
actually the same show, but first song in, Owlsie's drum set fell over.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
There you
You're
go.
holding it up with cinder blocks.
Oh, really?
Probably the
Oh,
same
my
stuff.
God.
We had a bit of a riot at the
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the
Pending
worst when your
considers,
drum set's moving. Those are they're all the nightmare gigs. Right?
Yeah, or with the
Because
drum
you
set.
have to pull it back. It's
I gotta stand in front of him with my foot there.
Oh, really? Oh, that is bad.
Well, the whole drum set actually tipped. I guess you forgot to tighten it, whatever it was.
Whatever, right.
The whole thing just tipped over, and it was like, oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
I looked back, I was like, oh boy. Just keep going, just keep going.
Houston, we got a problem. Oh my God, that is horrible. You know, it's funny. I look back too when I was doing theater and things like that, and there was for the dance school that I went, we wound up becoming, me and this other girl, the I want to say my dance teacher would send us out to represent the dance school. And so we would do things all over I grew up in Bergen County, all over Bergen County, and we'd go to the city and we'd go to Brooklyn and, you know, stuff like that. And we were doing a dance routine this one time. And, you know, when I'm sure, like, you know, well, it's maybe a little bit different with you guys, but when you're doing a dance routine and you've got a partner, you know, I would be very focused on what I was doing.
Right.
And so it's not like we were dance partners where we were dancing together. It's that I had to, you know, actually, you know, incorporate that person. We would dance and should be here and I'd be there. And so this one time I'm dancing away and all of a sudden I just happen, you know, to glance this way and I see my dance partner out in the wings bawling around. And I'm like, what the heck happened? I had
She
no
left you hanging
idea.
out
She
there.
left me hanging. But I can't blame her because her skirt fell down.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God. But I had no clue, you know.
That's when you have to improvise, I guess.
I
Rather than cha-cha or something.
I just kept going and I finished the dance and then I ran off, you know. We were all of maybe 13, 14
Oh,
at the
God,
time,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but she was devastated. And I have to say, luckily I never really had those kind of situations, but you know, I always wondered about when you're doing so many gigs and you go and there's got to be, you know, places that you sit there and you go, we're not going back there.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's
Yeah.
for sure. We've been pretty lucky though,
Yeah.
I have to say.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they go pretty smoothly. I think.
This next one here is called Leaving in the Morning.
Sitting on a rug in the bedroom, watching the time time slip away. No one can ever replace you. Hope it don't replace me. Hey, 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 hey. She can live a life in worries. She can live a life in rain. No one will ever know their story. No one will ever know their pain. And the long highway before them, head west for a better day. And the tale I say won't blind them. They will only guide their way. Down the road. Down the road. When the company is tired and the words that come so slow, say the time can heal all sorrows, say the love can heal all. In the room that sweet salvation, there's a song on the radio. Down the road.
little something called Common Road there.
So now, do you guys tour like during like when spring and summer, or how far do you travel? And do you have a limit as to how far you go?
I can't say we tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have the time these days to be doing something like that. But
Okay.
we try to keep it locally. But it's a hard to put a distance or anything like that. We'll travel wherever we need to go to play something, fun or worthwhile or something.
Okay.
Like we drive into the city. We drive like an hour and a half up here or whatever.
Yeah,
stuff,
stay a
festivals.
little bit.
Right.
Festivals
do
up by
music
Richie.
festivals.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah.
Mhm.
What about like now? Where do you play the most? Is there like a particular
Like venue or
venue
something
that you play? Like
No,
Not
not
really.
necessarily.
Not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Okay.
Just
We try to
different.
keep it all over
Yeah,
here
spread
and
it
there,
out a little
spots
bit.
sporadically.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
and now, do you find that because I know with when DWIs were really really big,
Mm-hmm.
they seem to have eased off with that a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that affected bands
Mm-hmm.
terribly. I would say, huh?
We kind of do a little sharing of the
Driving,
I
and
would
responsibility.
say,
of that,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
kind of
that's-
moving
Starting
it
to
around.
drive
because
and you're
Right.
not drinking tonight.
There's
So
now we like to
that
have fun
helps.
when we go out.
Yeah.
It's our
Right,
time
that's,
out.
that's yeah, I
Yeah.
would imagine.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we do.
Do you do you also find that it's harder to find places that are having live music these days?
It's tough to find original music.
Original music, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people want the cover bands,
They want
New
the
Jersey
cover-
cover bands coming in, and
Wow.
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
tough. The original music's tough to
Is
find.
It's a tough
fine.
scene, yeah.
That's sad, you
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
because like everything that you guys played, I love,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Thank you,
and
yeah.
so it's really a shame that they're not.
Mhm.
Now, do they let you slip in some of your?
What is it, like
original, or-
80-20 they
Yeah,
want?
usually
80% covers and 20%
And that's usually
original
what those
stuff.
kind
Yeah.
of
They're
kind of
looking for
prompting them a
that.
little bit. Hey, listen, we do the,
Right,
and they say,
right.
all right, well,
Yeah.
if you're going to, then that type of thing,
I
yeah.
mean, because your stuff is so good that I can't even imagine that anybody out there is
Thanks.
gonna stop dancing. Oh,
Right.
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, because I
People-
just don't see that.
People think it is a cover they haven't heard before because the music's so good. That,
Right.
You know,
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
even
That's why I'm
know.
playing
sometimes
with
you're
these
doing it
guys.
your own way or something. They don't know
Yeah.
what.
Sometimes
Right,
you slip in, they don't even know.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I would think. Yeah, you know. So it's sad when I hear that a lot of places,
Mhm.
and some of them I think I've heard, that they only want cover.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
And
true.
That
Yeah.
to me is crazy. But now, have you done any like the Chants or any of the what's it called down the shore? Stone Pony? Do you play
They play
places
Stone
like
Pony a
that?
lot.
And things.
We've all played there separately in different
Over the
different
years,
bands.
throughout
Doing
15
not-
years.
right,
Just
just
line
line
up
up
together.
together.
Oh,
Stone
Yeah.
Pony forever.
And we're hoping,
Okay.
we're hoping to get down there if
Yeah.
anybody wants a band open up for us out there. Yeah,
Well,
we're hoping to get back down
Certainly
there.
good enough for it. So I do want to go back because Marty, you told me that your dad was with. Go ahead.
Larry Chance and the Earls.
Larry Chance and the Earls. And I'm sure a lot of the audience still remembers because he's still doing music.
He
from what
certainly is. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I remembered. I think he was coming up with a new. I don't know if it was an album or certainly.
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know all their
Yeah.
details.
Okay.
I know they go around a lot of different places, Madison Square Garden,
Right.
hit the East Coast a lot. They do a lot of doo-wop shows,
Yes, yeah.
and they'll go in there, hit their hit songs for 15 minutes, and they're off the stage.
And they're up,
Yeah.
wow.
That's the way to do it.
Well,
Nice.
they probably played, and I probably saw them in Middletown, New York,
Mhm.
at I forget the name of the theater. It's just kind of eluding me right now, but I probably saw him because actually, and I don't like to date myself, but at one time I used to work in a department store. And one of the women that was working with me was from the group The Angels.
Okay.
And so I would go see
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of the, the revival shows and
Mhm.
things like that.
Yeah, that's neat.
Because I just, I
Yeah.
love that music too, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
but you have to understand, as a growing up as a dancer, you listen to all kinds of music. And I think one of my highlights, thinking about your worst, let's say show or your best, was when one of the people from Benny Goodman's band came up to me and praised my dance.
Wow,
that's a heck of a compliment. That was a real compliment. I was like, wow. Yeah,
nice.
I was floating.
Why not?
Just a little,
Rightfully so. Yeah, sure.
That's great.
But
that's
but my dance teacher actually, and I don't know if you would know, but Gene Kelly, the dancer, Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, the two like popular, and my dance teacher was Gene Kelly's brother.
Oh,
wow.
And my dance teacher taught his brother how to
right?
dance.
Wow.
Yes, most people don't know that.
Wow.
So, Fred taught Gene, and then they actually did a movie together, and then Gene went on to stay in the movies, and Fred wound up getting married and having a family and opening up a dance studio.
Oh, yeah?
So, it was kind of an interesting...
Yeah, so what kind of discipline was it as far as dancing? What kind of dance did you do? Just a broad variety of things,
you know what? I did tap.
Okay.
But I also did jazz. One of the things I regret is I did ballet, but I really didn't like the ballet teacher. And that's a huge, because ballet is very disciplined.
Yeah,
you know? And it's not fun. I mean, I have to say, Fred made it fun. And so you wanted to go to class and wanted to learn, whereas she did not. And unfortunately, I did not get enough ballet to my satisfaction anyway.
That seems like something you'd have to focus on specifically.
It's tough. It is tough, but you certainly could get by. I don't say you can get by without any. You have to have some ballet,
right? Some background to it.
You have to, in my opinion.
Sure.
But it was interesting, and it was sad because, as I said, I should have had more, but it didn't. It hindered me a little bit. Really, the thing that hindered me the most was my height. Because most dancers, when you think if they're doing a chorus line, you can't go from here to here. It's not gonna work.
It's a drop.
Just doesn't work too well. And unless you were going to be totally a solo dancer, then it wouldn't matter.
Right.
But when you're with a bunch of other people, and even with, like, as you today when we're taking our photo, if the guys are real tall, it's like Clay's like, so we either have to have them sit, and or put me on like a milk crate or something. And that's,
take a knee. The guys.
I actually, it's funny. Come to think about it, that was maybe kind of like a nightmare. I had gone for an audition for a commercial. And actually, it was a commercial for a department store. Well, they had a guy who had to be at least 6 foot plus. And so they didn't think about it. Whoever hired him and whoever hired me, obviously, were not people that are looking through a camera. And it wasn't until I got there. And so we're like, oh my gosh. And I'm not joking. I had to do the commercial standing on a milk crate.
No kidding.
Yeah, we had to make up some deficit. It just wasn't happening, And of course, now I'm like kind of wobbly. So those are, that probably would be.
That's a memory that'll stick with you, right?
Could have been worse, anyway, so let me just, so now, do you play any other instruments besides guitar?
I play around the bass. I played the bass guitar for a while. Then I brought myself back to guitar.
Okay.
I toy around with the drums every once in a while, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Just the drums.
Just the
Just
drums.
throughout, yeah.
Okay.
No, never. I mean, I've toyed around with the keyboards a little bit here and there through the years and stuff, but I just try to focus on the guitar.
Focus on the guitar.
Yeah.
And Rich, how about
Just bass. I play stand-up bass in a bluegrass band as well,
Oh,
and I did play drums for a song, a gig we did. Me and Ozzy, another gig this summer. But pretty much just bass.
Okay, all right. I always ask that because, especially I thought maybe with your coming from a musical family. Now, did your mom
No.
sing or play instruments?
She could carry a tune, sure. Yeah.
But she wasn't doing that
No,
prior to
no.
meeting your dad or
Correct.
anything like that. Okay, all right. I always wondered that.
Right,
too,
right.
like how.
I mean, not that I know of.
members, not
Maybe
that
they
you
were,
know
I don't know, maybe they were in a band together. They
Yeah,
didn't tell me.
yeah,
I didn't retain that information. I guess.
right. Or it wasn't information you
Right.
needed to know.
Yeah, right,
Wasn't-
right.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time
Thank
out
you.
of your schedule. So, what gigs do you have coming up? Do you have anything scheduled?
Not yet for the new year.
Well, yeah, we're going to start booking again for New Year, but
Okay.
the Saturday, this coming Saturday, we'll be in Jersey City.
Yeah,
Jersey
it's Saturday
Ryan's.
after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Again, depending
Okay.
when this all airs.
And
yes.
then we're in Nutley, New Jersey on
December 21st.
December 21st.
Oh, wow.
We're trying to get some recording
Yeah, we're
done
doing some
in the
studio
mean-
stuff
in
mostly,
the meantime, in the
yeah.
downtime.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
then once the new year hits, we'll get on the booking trail.
Get
Yeah.
on the booking
Yeah.
trail again. Wow.
Everybody posted. Yeah.
So, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, do you guys have like a website or?
Yeah, sure. We're on Facebook, just regular Facebook stuff. The K&M Band on Facebook.
Okay.
We have a YouTube, the K&M Band on the YouTube, and that's pretty much it.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I just want to thank you, and so make sure you look them up on YouTube, K&M Band. You won't be disappointed, and I know you're not going to be disappointed when you hear them today. All right, I want to just say thank you to the audience. Thank you again, and I guess we'll say good night, all.
Good night.
Night.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hilltop climber, four-wheel driver. Used to meet a few for my desire, and it got late. We were all tired, just dancing with the ladies by the fire. When I think back on those days, she keeps me on the ground in so many ways. She knows damn well she holds the hammer to my personal Liberty Bell. I used to be an old broken arrow until she sent me on the path of straight and narrow. She's my freedom, she's my cage, just like wine that goes bitter with age. When I think back on those days, she keeps me on the ground in so many ways. She knows damn well she holds the hammer to my personal Liberty Bell. top climber, a four-wheel driver. Used to be the queen of my desire. And it got late, and we were all tired, just dancing with the ladies by the fire. Come on, baby, here we go. When I think back on those days, she keeps me on the ground in so many ways. She knows damn well she holds the hammers in my personal Liberty Bell. Personal Liberty Bell.
A little something called Liberty Bell. Thank you.